got you here, whether if you're a low post player, a perimeter player, a guy who likes to drive. It's not the time now to try to change your game.
And now we'll do the starting lineups. First for the road team, Wright Sports. They're led by the NAIA National Player of the Year, Manuel Wilson, a 6'4" guard from Norman, Oklahoma. A 5'11" guard from Fresno, California, Brandon Johnson. A 6'6" forward from Long Island, New York, Rodney Callwood. A 6'11" center from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, D'Alden Kelly. A 6'8" forward from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Andrew Young. And the head coach of Wright Sports is Ariel Van Guardia. And now for the home team, Texas Station, a 6'4" guard from Dothan, Alabama, Stephen Cunningham. A 6'4" guard from Tulsa, Oklahoma, Mark Rutledge. A 6'2" guard from Long Beach, Florida, Johnny Steffen. A 6'10" center from Concordia College, Thomas Granado. And a 6'11" forward from Mocha, Dominican Republic, the national champion, Eloy Vargas. And the head coach of Texas Station is Lewis Lofton. And the officials for today's game is Tom Newhard, Mark Fulton, and Tim Buckner. Texas Station, technically the white home team. They are in the white jerseys. They will be attacking right to left. Texas Station, Wright Sports in the blue. They'll be attacking left to right. Any player here that you're looking forward to seeing, Chris?
Well, anytime you have a national championship guy here, Eloy Vargas, that kind of catches the eye, although he kind of had some past history in these Global Basketball Summer League events where guys that come from mid-to-eight places but don't necessarily play that much don't have too much success. So we'll see exactly how he plays. And anytime you have an All-American, a Player of the Year, no matter what the level is, Emmanuel Wilson will catch my eye on Wright Sports.
And the jump ball is won by Wright Sports as they continue attacking left to right. They're in the blue on the right side. There's Brandon Johnson, 5'11" guard out of Kentucky Wesleyan. They swing it around inside. The fadeaway by Campbell, not going to go down. And the rebound is taken by Texas Station. Here they come on the break. Texas Station inside, off the glass, it pushes it through. Mark Rutledge there, and Texas Station gets on the board first. The 2-0 Texas Station. Here comes Wright Sports. Driving the baseline is Johnson. Underhanded layup, doesn't get the friendly roll, and Granado gets the board. Pushing up the tempo, Cunningham inside, off the glass. They've got 4-point lead. 4-0 Texas Station. And a turnover, last touch by Texas Station as Wright Sports will keep possession.
And I like the tempo so far by Texas Station. They're not shy to push the rock.
Here's Rodney Callwood, 6'6" forward from Shaw University, inbounding the ball. There's Johnson again at the top. Campbell takes a deep three, rattles out, and it will be Texas Station ball looking for a 6-point lead. They're shutting him out so far, 4-0. Rutledge inside, kicks it out at the top to Steffen. He wants to be more aggressive today, and he committed an offensive foul. So he said he wants to be more aggressive, not that aggressive.
Yeah, that's a little too aggressive, the forearm extended away from the body, and that's usually an offensive foul.
The winner of this game will take on Point Streak as they defeated Moneyball. The winner of this game will play at 4. The loser plays Moneyball at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So the winner will have the last game as well again. Wright Sports, right near us, with the ball. Now Andrew Young taking a jumper. It's well long, and the rebound's taken by Texas Station. 4-0 still ahead. Cunningham, it's 6-0. He's got 4.
Got away with a carry, too.
And here comes the NAI All-American, and he's blocked and stuffed. Regains possession. Campbell inside. The leaner is no good. It goes out of bounds. A foul is called before on Granado, though. So Granado's called for a foul, and that saves possession right there for Wright Sports.
It's a team that really needs to kind of settle down a bit. Wright Sports needs to just find a go-to guy right here, whether it's a post pass or a set play.
Callwood over to Johnson. Johnson been playing the point so far today. 10 minutes remaining in this first quarter, and he's fouled. Steffen with the foul, so 2 fouls, both of them on Texas Station. With 19 on the shot clock, 10:07 remaining here in this first quarter. In the final game of day 1 of the Pro Review 2012 Global Basketball Summer League here in Las Vegas. The National Player of the Year takes a leaner from the free throw line and connects. Emmanuel Wilson puts Wright Sports on the board. It's 6-2. Here's Steffen from the three-point arc, picks up his dribble. Inside to Cunningham. Cunningham backs it out. 11 on the shot clock. They have to hurry. Steffen inside, backing up the opponent. Nice spin move there by Eloy Vargas, a Kentucky product.
There's a reason why he plays for a Coach Calipari team.
8-2, Eloy Vargas out the national champions. Not only did he win a national championship with Kentucky, he also won the AAU national championship when he was in high school. Drives the baseline is Johnson, backs it out. Here's the National Player of the Year, Wilson, taking another shot and missing that one short, and Steffen runs for the rebound. Here comes Texas Station up by 6. 9 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Cunningham drives and stuffed. Excuse me, that was Rutledge who was stuffed. Ball goes out of bounds, and he's fouled as well.
Foul first. It was an aggressive take by Rutledge. Defense a little bit late, almost good position, but a half a step out, and that causes a foul.
Here's Rutledge, a 6'4 guard. Central Arkansas is where he went to school. Only a 52% free throw shooter during his senior season. Also played at Connor State. Free throw shooting was a problem in the minor league showcase. Has really improved here in the pro review, except for right there. Well, if the stats show you anything, it's 52%, so he'll make the second one.
Hey. Flip a coin, you never know what's going to happen.
That's what you're in Vegas for, flipping coins. And he misses both of them. So he goes 0 for 2 from the line. So Texas Station had an opportunity to get into double digits. Now here's Wright Sports trying to break into the 6-point deficit. 8-2, they're trailing, under 9 to go, and an offensive foul. That's not going to help. Offensive foul on Andrew Young, and it'll be Texas Station ball.
Yeah, Andrew Young kind of got extended on set of screen, kind of extended the elbow a bit to try to get a bit wider so he could help his man get off with a clean catch. Didn't work.
It's Steffen. He played in the minor league showcase as well, the Southern Stars, and he gets an offensive foul. The second foul on Johnny Steffen. Maybe he's becoming a little too aggressive. The second offensive foul we saw out of him.
Yep, the second offensive foul. That one more obvious than the first. He was just out of control and lost his footing. Tried to use his arm to protect his fall and try to keep him up, but it was on the defensive player. So that's another offensive foul.
Well, two players on this in this game also played in the minor league showcase, and they play on the same team, Texas Station. Johnny Steffen and Thomas Granado. Of course, Thomas Granado played in the championship game with Point Streak. They did lose to Moneyball, though.
Yes, and again, that was to me one of the upsets because I thought I thought Point Streak had that the way they were playing earlier on, the 2 blowout wins, and I got it earlier on today. But maybe revenge in terms of the team names, where Point Streak was able to beat Moneyball, and I know it doesn't really solve anything in terms of what happened in the minor league showcase.
And here come Wright Sports, the blue team, technically the road team, here in the Doolittle Community Center in Las Vegas. The fadeaway jumper does not connect, can't get the friendly roll, and Vargas just reaches up for the rebound. Here come Texas Station, led by Steffen. Right corner, 3, high arcing 3, air ball, barely grazes the net. Rebounds taken by Texas Station as Granado fakes a jump. So they'll reset, 18 on the shot clock, 8.5 minutes left to play here in this first quarter. Talking to Darryl before the game, this is something that you'll see more in the pro review. A lot of more set plays, a lot more calling plays here in this segment. Drives the baseline and is rejected. It will be Wright Sports ball going up, led by Emmanuel Wilson. Bounces it over to Johnson. Top of the key, wide open for Campbell. He'll take a 3 on the hesitation. Misses to the right, and the rebound's taken by Texas Station. Here's Vargas, a big man using his ball handling move, but cannot finish as Wright Sports gains the rebound. Wilson, other end, is blocked for the second time today. The National Player of the Year is blocked once again up the court, and that's too far to the left. Another shot missed, so missed shots galore here in the early going. Underhanded layup, guess what? It's a miss. And the rebound by Texas Station as both teams try and pull up the tempo here.
There's no such thing as slowing the ball down right now.
Granado inside, he misses, and he'll go to the line, though. So there was about 6 misses right in that little frame right there.
Yeah, it's not the exactly textbook basketball. It's more like an AAU game, which I guess would help Eloy Vargas. His body type, though, what an athlete. He's 6'11", all 6'11", athleticism.
8'2", Texas State up. Texas Station up. I knew I was going to call it Texas State. I knew it.
Texas State, Texas Station. And maybe, it's Texas Station's birthday. Yes, I brought it up before you did. I don't know when Texas State was founded.
Texas Station, of course, named after the hotel where most of the players and broadcasters and staff are staying.
Most importantly, the broadcast.
Great little place, Texas Station. And Granado goes 2 for 2 from the line. So he is 4 for 4 from the free throw line this tournament. And Texas Station gets to double digits first, 10-2. Timeout call, 7:20 remaining here in this first quarter. We'll take a break. You're listening to Global Basketball Summer League. 6'10" forward from Los Angeles, California. Fade away from Young connects. He's got 2, and now that doubles the score. 10-4, Texas Station ahead, attacking right to left on your screen. They have the ball. Driving with the left hand at the top of the key. There's Rutledge. Rutledge picks up his dribble. Over to Vargas, takes an air ball shot. Eloy Vargas can't hit that one. 6'11" forward out of Kentucky. Driving the baseline again is Callwood, and a whistle on the play. And that's going to go against Wright Sports. So, no foul, offensive foul, and it will be Texas Station ball. But so far in the early going, Wright Sports really needs to get their offense cooking.
Well, yeah, they just need to take better shots. I mean, they're taking the first shot, not the best shot. Almost going down the court, and whoever can throw up the most ridiculous athletic shot, take it.
Here's Vinny McGee, the only sniper on this Texas Station team. Finished his career 3rd all-time in his college and 3rd three-pointers. There's William Pugh just into the game. Driving the baseline, it's Gatson from Ryder, and he's blocked by the backboard. And here comes Wright Sports attacking in Bradshaw. Bradshaw bounces it to Callwood. Callwood, spin moves. And that's well short, but gets his own rebound and loses the handle, but he's fouled. Did not like that foul as he tried to go up with it for 2 shots.
Rodney Callwood, 6'6", 210-pound player who is basically your typical wing guy, athletic, has a lot of speed.
That's inside to Kelly and hits it. So Kelly gets on the board. It's 10-6 as Wright Sports creeping their way back in this ball game. Pugh thought about a 3, decides to give it off. And a foul about 13 feet away from the basket. Not a good foul right there.
Well, it was on the drive. The closeout was a bit too hard. So Ray Jones noticed that and got that step and tried to explode to the rim. The foul prevented the basket.
Vinny McGee throws the ball away. Another turnover by Texas Station, and all of a sudden Wright Sports has a chance to make it a 1-possession game. 5:49 remaining here in this first quarter. Sterling Council checking in the game. Mass substitutions for both teams. Both teams only playing with 9 players. Council, a 6-foot guard from Camden, South Carolina. Only 170 pounds, the lightest player in this game. Here's Kelly. Kelly takes a long jumper and airballs it. Well, we've been seeing airball after airball after airball.
It's not a shooting display, although that was a challenge shot. Hand right in his face. These teams are going to have to execute sets. You talked about how in the pro review you have these players who probably are better at executing offense and running plays, but we haven't seen it result in open looks.
Pugh takes a 3, and that's back iron, and there's Chia Kerr with the rebound. Another 3 taken right corner, back ironed again, and the rebound is skied for by Callwood. Hail Mary pass is not answered, as that ball was just thrown away to Bradshaw. Callwood could not connect with Bradshaw, and it's Texas Station ball. With the ball right corner, pump fake inside the paint, right inside to Chia Kerr, who can't handle the pass. And it will stay this way as last touch by Wright Sports.
Chia Kerr somehow did not touch that. It looked like to me it was off of his fingertip, but didn't have a really good angle on it.
I thought the same thing. But it goes Texas Station way. Nonetheless, Chia Kerr handles that pass, drives the baseline, right elbow, left elbow jumper, connects. There's Chia Kerr. He's got 2. The late addition to this Texas Station team. He wasn't supposed to be on this team.
Yeah, I say he's like the Joe Smith of the Global Basketball Summer League, a guy who gets traded, it seems like, at every deal.
12-6, 4:30 remaining here in this first quarter, and the nearly turned over, and they won't call the backcourt violation. Here's Bradshaw into the paint, Fadeaway jumper at the elbow hits. Well, somehow Bradshaw got that shot to fall. 12-8 they trail. Here's Texas Station, and the ball goes on top of the key. They swing it around. Here's Chia Kerr inside. The ball stolen by Wilson and picked up by Wright Sports. So Wright Sports now with the possession. 4:05 remaining here in this first quarter. On the high block. Backs up the defender is Kelly. Shot is short, and the rebound is taken by Texas Station. Chia Kerr bounces it inside to a cutter and rejected out of bounds by Wilson. Oh, Wilson. He may only stand 6'4", but he's showed his big man muscle there.
Well, he has hops, and that's what that was all about. Blended his 2 feet and leapt into the air with fury.
Here's Gadsden. The 6'7" forward will take a jumper, and that shot misses long. And the offensive board is taken in, and a foul on the play, and they'll go to the line. Ray Jones Jr., not Roy Jones Jr.
Close to the boxer.
They will not go to the line. Obviously, they called that a non-shooting foul, but they will call it a backcourt violation as Chia Kerr tried to get away with one right there.
Yeah, he reached for the ball. Probably should have just let it go into the backcourt initially. That way he could have taken his time to grab it. Instead, he touched it in the front court, then had to move to the backcourt to completely corral it.
So Wright Sports with the ball. Here's Bradshaw, 6'3" guard from the UDC, the University of District Columbia. Wilson drives, kicks it out to the aforementioned Bradshaw, who connects. He's got 4. 12-10. Wright Sports lead is dwindling. 3:20 remaining here in this first quarter. Texas Station with the ball. Up with it. Jumper, right corner, short. Rebounded by Wright Sports. Here they come. It's Council leading the charge, and a push on the play. Ray Jones with that.
Roy Jones would be proud of that push by Ray Jones. A little bit too physical of the defense along the perimeter.
Hopefully we don't see him punching anyone out today.
Oh, no. Hey, we're in Vegas, though. A lot of Roy Jones Jr.'s fights, MGM Grand.
Almost as the handle and count the basket. Kelly goes from a turnover to a basket and 1. And we're tied up at 12. So Kelly's got 4. That pass came from Bradshaw. And Deshaun Bradshaw and D'Alden Kelly, well, they know each other. They play on the same college team, the University of District Columbia, and they play on the same team here in the Global Basketball Summer League. That's where we talk about chemistry.
And I want to know if to play on District Columbia, do you have to have a DI to start your name?
I was about to say the same thing as he finishes a 3-point play, and Wright Sports gets their first lead of the day. It's 13-12. Texas Station inside the paint is Gadsden. Shot is rejected. Second chance is good. At first you don't succeed, try again. Gadsden falls down. He's injured. He's slow to get up on the other side. So it's a 5-on-4 for the time being as Chia Kerr intercepts that pass but throws the ball away, and it's going to go Wright Sports' way. Media timeout here. In Las Vegas, 14-13. Texas Station out in front. First quarter, Ivy Spade along with Chris Lewis as we have a tight one. Texas Station leading it by a score of 14-13.
How about the comeback by Wright Sports? Took a punch and punched right back. They're right in this game thanks to the play of Kelly inside. He has a nice 5 points. The District Columbia player, he's quite a talent out there, 6'11", 250 pounds. I'm impressed by the way he's worked, and there's a lot of size in this game. This is going to be maybe one of the few games that we've seen so far in Vegas that's determined by the big men.
Here's Bradshaw. We've seen guard play here in Vegas. Now we're looking for some post guys, and there's Kelly trying to show it off, but he's fouled. Shot won't go down, but it'll go back to the line.
We've had some guys listed at 7 feet tall that aren't as tall as Kelly, who's listed at 6'11".
He's a big man. Standing next to him, I don't think I'd go above his knee. Maybe.
You'll maybe be lucky to get to the knee there.
One of the tallest players here in this showcase, 6'11", as he clanks the first free throw. Tallest player goes to Bees Hamga. He's got an over 9-foot standing reach. Plays for the Las Vegas Heat.
So, watching some warm-ups earlier, a couple of big men were just practicing some post moves. They were grabbing up the net. They didn't need to lift at all.
Sounds like me on a Fisher-Price hoop as that ball is knocked out of bounds. And it stays Texas Station way. 14-13, they lead it. 2.5 minutes to go as Kelly missed both free throws. William Pugh will be inbounding it to McGee. McGee with the butterfly pass. The shot is well long, and the rebound is taken by Wright Sports, and they have possession, looking to take the lead for the second time today. Here's the National Player of the Year, Wilson. He's lost. He takes an ugly fadeaway and airballs it, but there's Kelly on the putback, but can't make it. Chia Kerr saves the day with that board. Bounce pass, other side, takes a floater behind the back pass. The shot, no good as it dribbles out. And a foul on the play before the shot went up. So an inbound play on the foul. They did not call that a shooting foul.
Yeah, Kelly with the personal there, and correct call, not exactly in the act of shooting, so they'll inbound.
2 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. McGee, the sniper on this Texas Station team. Inside, he's double teamed as Gasson tries to get out of it, tries a circus shot, and that was an air ball, and it's hit out of bounds. Last touch by Texas Station. Not a good shot there by Gatson, and his shots, well, they have not looked pretty so far.
Yeah, in Texas Station, their whole game hasn't looked pretty for the last half of this first quarter. Got off to such a good start.
Under 2 minutes to play, first quarter. Wright Sports down by 1 with the ball inside to Kelly. You can't stop him from there, and that's why. Kelly leads all scorers. He's got 7, and Wright Sports has a 1-point lead. Here's McGee, the small guard. Driving left hand inside the paint. Chia Kerr, right elbow jumper. He's fouled. And the only reason I can identify Yima Chia Kerr, who's been on about 4 teams in this tournament, he's got those nice Baylor-esque shoes.
Yes, and also it looks like he has a fresh set of braids too.
So he would not only make first team Global Basketball Summer League dreadlocks, but he would make.
But let's clarify here. Those aren't dreadlocks; those are cornrows. There's a difference.
Oh, hairstyle. First team all hairstyle.
We can go with that.
And first team all shoes. And first team all free throws. As Chia Kerr hits that one, he's got 3, and we have a tie game. Chia Kerr, a late addition, as Lewis Lofton. This was a funny story too. He goes up to Darryl. He goes, "Anthony Joseph isn't here," so they needed another player, and Darryl's like, "There's this guy from the D League that's coming." As Chia Kerr hits all 2 of his free throws. But he didn't arrive on time. He's still trying to get here, so he might be here tomorrow. Chia Kerr was sitting down watching the game. Lewis Lofton went up to him and was like, "Hey, I need you to play." And he's like, "Okay, let's go." And the long 3 is taken, and it's short, hits every part of the rim except for the one you want it to. And the rebound's taken by Texas Station. There's Chia Kerr, again, hand in his face, air ball, well over the rim. And Wright Sports down by 1, 16-15, under a minute to go here in this first quarter. Bradshaw using his ball handling move. Out to Shepard. Thought about a 3. Now a flow pass to Kelly. Kelly, the leaner, short. Rebounds volleyballed up in the air, and it's in the hands of Texas Station. Here's Gatson. Gatson, rifle pass over. Cross-court pass. Wide open is McGee. You can't leave him open from there, but they get away with it. Back iron. And Chia Kerr skies for the rebound. Gatson, the teardropper, is wet. He's got 4. It's a 3-point lead for Texas Station. Shot clock turned off here in this first quarter. Wright Sports down by 3. And they will hold for the last shot in Brandon Johnson. Johnson drives hard on the right side. Fade away. Trickles along the rim. Doesn't go down. And that's how the first quarter will end after the heave almost went in. And the first quarter ends with the score, Texas Station 18 and Wright Sports 15. Second quarter coming up. Summer League, as we're about ready to start the second quarter. There's some great talent here out of high school. These players were highly recruited. Eloy Vargas, for example, he was the 26th best prospect in the entire nation coming out of high school. And this kind of league gives them a second chance. You know, you go into a school in Kentucky, well, they don't care about individual performances really. They care about winning. So you You might be really good, but you fit a role on that team. So now they're looking out for numero uno and not the team.
Well, in terms of Kentucky, it's needs so much depth on that team. So many guys who are probably higher than their 26 best prospects. So you end up getting buried there.
So Texas Station will start off with the ball. They already have the lead. They're up by 3 beginning of the second quarter. Granado inside the paint. He wants to show off his post moves, and he does. That's what he said he wanted to improve on. He beats the shot clock there, and they have a 5-point lead, 20-15. So Granado, who was on the runner-up in the minor league showcase. He was actually not even supposed to play in the showcase. Daryl Reshaw got it confused, and that pass is intercepted by the tower and Eloy Vargas. But instead, he's playing in both. Vargas inside to Granado. Granado over to Stephan. Stephan wearing number 56. He played in the minor league showcase, wore number 23. He calls for the ball. He wants to have a better offensive game. He's going to try that here in the lane. Over too short. Rebounded by Granado. It's in. Granado's got 4 straight points, and all of a sudden, 7-point lead for Texas Station.
Back to what they did to start the game, and it's get to the rim and let your bigs clean up. And if they continue to get stops on the defensive end, that's where it starts, because then they can get out and run, and that's when they're most dangerous.
Here's Johnson. He fakes the 3. They have not been shooting the ball at all, as Callwood would take a jumper. It's too long, and Stephan gets the rebound. Stephan inside the paint, passes it off at the last second, off the glass. Rutledge has it. Rutledge has 4, 9-point lead for Texas Station. That ball is tipped. Callwood has it inside the paint, and he passes it to the wrong team. Texas Station has it. 9-point lead, looking to make it double digits. Stephan slows the pace down a little bit. And that pass goes to Vargas, but he's not even that tall.
If you're not that tall, how tall do you need to be? He's 6'11", it couldn't catch up with the pass. But to be fair, he did get his hand on it. And the role with bigs, if you can get your hand on it, you should be able to haul it in.
10-14 remaining in the second quarter. You know the thing that shocked me the most? Emmanuel Wilson only has 2 points. The National Player of the Year. That was the one player I was really looking forward to seeing in this entire tournament.
But his shots looked good, though. He missed a couple, but the rotation was good. The form was good. So only a matter of time before they go down.
Well, that shot wasn't good. That hit the backboard by Campbell. Under 10 minutes to play in the second quarter, and Texas Station has a 9-point lead. Rutledge looks to make it 11, but he's rejected off the backboard, but a foul is called. Rejected there by Kelly. Well, Kelly out of high school, Harcum High School. He had 178 blocks in 2 years.
That's about as many blocks as I've had on my brother in my life.
How do you do that in 2 years?
That's pretty special. That's just said. And blocking shots is more instinctual. It's really hard to teach a good shot blocker. If either you have that ability to read a shot, knowing when it's up on fake and knowing when they're actually shooting, or you don't.
There's Rutledge missing another free throw. He's 0 for 3 from the line today. Only shooting 52%. Senior season in college. He only shot 23% from behind the arc, but he connects on that one, so he's got 5. He's 1 for 4 from the line. Under 10 to play, and it's a 10-point deficit for Wright Sports. They have the ball. Guarded at the top. Here's Johnson. Johnson over to Kelly. That's well out of his range, so he'll give it over to Young. And that ball is kicked out of bounds, and a foul on the play. Oh, no, excuse me. They're resetting the shot clock to 14. It's kicked out of bounds.
Kick ball, and that means the shot clock is reset to 14. If you had no knowledge of the shot clock rules before you came into the Global Basketball Summer League,
You're gonna hear
you have
that
complete knowledge now.
That's a jumper inside the lane. It's long, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Wright Sports. So Wright Sports has not put up a point in a while.
They're maybe a second half of a quarter team. That's what they did in the first quarter. Texas Station left out to the lead, and Wright Sports fought right back.
As Johnson got away with a foul right there, Vargas inside the lane doesn't get away with that travel. So Eloy Vargas says he's coming here for some more exposure. You know, playing in Kentucky, you really don't get that much exposure after, well, you're playing with 6 draft picks. You're not going to gain that much.
Well, you don't get exposure when you don't play, simply put.
A 3 taken by Johnson, airballed, and it's caught out of the air but taken away, and that ball is another turnover. Ugly set right there inside to Kelly, who dunks it home. So Kelly saves the day. He's got 9. He leads everybody. He's got half of his team's points. 25-17 they trail. Texas Station leads it. They're in the white with the ball. 8:40 remaining here in the second quarter. Cunningham gives off to Granado, backing up his man. Cross-court pass to Steffen. He had a wide open shot, didn't take it. Vargas inside the lane. Left-handed hook shot falls. Vargas has 4.
There's a guy who I'd want to give the ball to on the post because he has the leaping ability and the size where if he can develop that hook shot and use it, there's really no one who can block it or even affect that shot.
6 different players from Texas Station has at least 4 points, and he won't get away with the up and down there. Went up for the shot but didn't release it. That was on Kelly. So
good defense, though, in the post by the 2 bigs. Give credit to Vargas with a great post defense. Look at it. You have Vargas battling one-on-one against Kelly. This is probably the 2 tallest players, along with athleticism, that we've seen match up.
6 different players from Texas Station have at least 4 points. Only 2 have at least 4 points for Wright Sports. Here's Vargas trying a leaner, barely grazes the rim, somehow gets the long rebound. He comes up with it. That's a higher percentage shot. Doesn't fall, but he goes to the line. So Vargas trying to show off his whole repertoire here with that leaner.
To me, Vargas, I'm not sure of his story, but he has kind of the game and the overall, besides the size, his body type is one of a guard. I mean, to me, he's athletic. He has a lot of shiftiness to his game. I wonder if he had like a growth spurt in high school that really kind of spurted him up to be that big man and then kind of put the whole package together, and that's how he became the 26th ranked recruit. Because, I mean, he has a complete game. It's not the game of a big man.
Here's Vargas, missed the first free throw. Don't expect much out of him. Only shot 31% from the free throw line, and as soon as I say it, he hits. Eloy Vargas played on the Dominican Republic national team. USA defeated them. Here comes Campbell. Inside is rejected, but the shot is saved by Kelly. Kelly's in double figures. He's got 11. Alley-oop attempt to Vargas doesn't fall, and another travel call against the big man. His second time he's been called for that. So 28-19. Wright Sports down. 7:19 remaining here in this first quarter.
That was a travel solely because he missed the layup, and then once he came down with the ball, he was off balance, and that's how the steps came.
You've been seeing a lot of alley-oop attempts in this pro review. Do you think that they're just trying to show off a little bit?
These guys are more athletic and, again, yeah, trying to have a little bit more flair to their game.
Left-handed hook shot spins out. Granado gets the rebound, and a foul on the play. It's going to go against Wright Sports. Rodney Callwood called on that foul. Remember, you had 10 fouls here in the Global Basketball Summer League personally, and 10 fouls per quarter. Right now, all 3 fouls of the second quarter called on Wright Sports. Steffen with under 7 to play here in the second quarter. 12 on the shot clock. They have to hurry up. They find a blue man inside, but they're on the wrong team. Wright Sports picks it up. Another turnover by Texas Station. Here's Johnson, and an offensive foul.
Moving screen set, and the referee account right on top of it. They're not letting them get away with the screens.
So Texas Station with the ball, coached by Lewis Lofton, the founder of the Utah Sports Academy, which aims to build leadership, and he believes that once you build leadership, that helps the community as a whole. And in a program like this in the Summer League, and a nice reverse layup is hit by Rutledge. Rutledge shows off his leadership abilities. He's got 7. When you show, this Summer League also helps you, gain leadership, because you need leadership if you want to play abroad as well. That ball is caught by Johnson. Johnson into Bradshaw. Paint reflected, deflected, and turned over into the hands of Texas Station. Here comes Steffen behind the back pass to Vargas is fouled, and the big man goes to the line.
On that leadership point you're making, Ivy, it's just the adjustment. And, not every team necessarily needs every person to be a leader, right? It's a team. You're going to have people settle into different roles, but more of you have to have, emotion. You have to be in control emotionally to go overseas and play basketball. It's just a lot different in terms of the culture. And these guys have said it all week. Just you don't know what it's like until you've gone there and you've experienced it.
Vargas misses the free throw, so the score stays 30-19. Texas Station ahead. 6:01 remaining in the second quarter. Lewis Lofton also teach him how it is to play abroad. He's, played in several countries, from Chile to Korea, all across the map. And Vargas, only a 31% free throw shooter his senior season. He played in 33 games for Kentucky. He's 2 for 4 today. Wasn't expecting that stat. 33 games for Kentucky.
And Kentucky, again, anytime you can get time with Kentucky, hey, you're good by my book.
Council at the top to Wilson. He'll take a long three and hit it. There's Emmanuel Wilson. He's got 5, his first three-pointer of the game. The NAIA National Player of the Year. He won the title back in 2009, lost in the championship game this year to Concordia. And Granado was on that team as Vargas follows it up with a jam. Chiakura missed it, Vargas didn't. And Vargas showing off, he's got 8.
Cleaning up the mess, but on the other end, that Wilson jumper, just so good on the form.
And he takes a 3, but he stepped on the line, he hit it. That's as far as you can hit, as far as you can get it, because he was actually on the line. So second quarter action here in day 4 of the Global Basketball Summer League. Wright Sports down 33-22, but you haven't seen that much of Emmanuel Wilson, but he hit a three-pointer, and then he would have hit that three-pointer if he wasn't on the line. So if they can get him heating up, this game is not over.
And he's not only making them, he's making them without the threat of touching the rim. That shows you his stroke is good.
Here's Chiakura, left corner. Gadsden thought about taking a jumper, so he'll take a teardropper, and it falls. Second time Novar Gadsden had a teardropper. He's got 6. Novar Gadsden out of Rider University. They have a new head coach as Tommy Dempsey, who was there for 10 seasons, left them to go to a much lower Division I. There's Emmanuel Wilson on the leaner and hits it. Emmanuel Wilson, he's nothing but net. He's got 7.
No threat of the rim involved in his shot.
35-24, 4.5 minutes remaining, and nice reverse layup there by Ray Jones Jr. We finally say his name as he gets on the board. On the other side, Wright Sports with the ball, fade away, airballed. Chiakura catches it. So up by 13, Texas Station with the ball, make it 15. Rises to the occasion again, Jones Jr. He's got 4 back-to-back buckets for Jones. A 15-point deficit. Wright Sports with the ball, trying to change that. Here's Council. Council, double teamed, it turns it over. And a foul on the play before the turnover. So it's going to go Texas Station way. Texas Station, well, they might not be the biggest team, but they are beating them with their speed right now.
And they do have size, too. They've got Granado and Vargas, too.
But they're not in the court right now.
Yeah, right now they have their small lineup, if you will, going small. Really, both teams took their huge size out the game, and it's turning into an open court battle. And Texas Station has the advantage there.
3.5 minutes remaining here in the first half, 39-24. Jones Jr. has already hit 4 straight points. It won't be 6 as Chiakura bobbles that pass out of bounds. So if you're Wright Sports right now, you only have 3.5 minutes before the half ends. How do you want to end it?
Well, you got it. If you're Wright Sports, to me, I probably want to make it more of a half-court style of play, even if it means bringing in a big guy like Kelly back. So he's on the bench getting some rest now.
Well, Bradshaw airballs that one. 2 straight airballs for Wright Sports. And Texas Station has numbers and rejected out of bounds. Andrew Young went up for that one and a foul on the play. So he'll be going to the line as well. So Ray Jones Jr. has already made back-to-back buckets. Looking to make 5 straight points here. As I don't have the stats right in front of me, but how many points has Wright Sports scored this quarter?
We can look and research. I mean, it's not been a very good quarter indeed. They haven't had the tempo there. We talked about to start it how, hey, maybe Wright Sports will take the moniker of we'll be a second half of a quarter team, but it's getting kind of late in the quarter here. But it's all about closing quarters here in the last 3:11. Try to get within single digits. Consider that a victory and move on to the second half with a little bit of momentum.
6 straight points for Ray Jones Jr., the 6'2 guard. He went to Southern Utah, originally from Connors State, where he played his ball. At the top, there's Campbell. Campbell drives the lane off the glass. They finally get on the board, so they stop the run. Campbell gets his first field goal of the day. Emmanuel Wilson knocks that pass out. He's got possession. There's Bradshaw. Launches a 3 short, just barely misses. And here comes Texas Station once again. McGee, he's deadly from 3. They won't let him take one. Pugh over to Gatson. Drives the lane. Can't get that teardropper to fall out of bounds. Last touch by the blue team. 2.5 minutes remaining here in this second quarter. And they're going to reset the shot clock. And a timeout on the floor. 41. Some scouts going to pick him up. I like the census. 2:28 remaining here in the first half. Texas Station with the ball up by 15, and that pass is intercepted, swiped away by Emmanuel Wilson. He follows it up, and he's fouled. Well, you just talked off the air how you liked Emmanuel Wilson, and he just picks up an interception.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to like him, any guy who has this kind of a talent. But basically what I was saying is he's going to score 40 in this tournament in one of these games. It might not be this one, but, I mean, he doesn't miss by much. Anytime he misses, it's just right off the mark. More unlucky than unskilled. And his jumper is so good, he can get his own shot. As long as they work to get him involved, he'll put up big numbers.
And he makes the first free throw. He's only a 79% free throw shooter his senior season at Oklahoma Baptist. And he's a true definition of how hard work plays off. He did not get into a starting lineup until his senior year in high school. And now he's a National Player of the Year, misses that free throw, but gets the rebound. And he loses the ball out of bounds. Last touch by his foot. And it goes Texas Station way. And they have a 14-point lead, 2:22 remaining here in this first half.
If you're Wright Sports, really important here to get a stop. I mean, not an empty trip, but a split pair, so a point left on the board by Wilson. You got to close this quarter well. Can't let too many baskets here by Texas Station.
Chirkur inside the paint. It spins out, and the rebound is taken by Wright Sports. So they're looking to make it a single-digit game here as soon as we approach the 2-minute warning of the first half. Bradshaw, the teardropper falls. Bradshaw's got 6. And it's all of a sudden a 12-point game, 41-29, under 2 minutes to play. Ray Jones Jr.'s shot is deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Wright Sports. Wright Sports should have let that one go.
They were trying, not exactly sure who they went off of, so they figured better safe than sorry, but they were sorry.
Here's Ray Jones Jr. He turns the ball over, and who else but Wilson picks it up. Wilson a 1-on-2, but he finishes anyway and 1. That's the National Player of the Year. He's got 10, and it's a 10-point game, 1.5 minutes remaining here in this first half.
How did you get that to go in? It didn't really feel like he even had like control of his arm to have it go up because it was grabbed from behind. I don't know how in the world he flipped that one up and in.
Emmanuel Wilson. He averaged 17.3 points a game, 4.4 rebounds, an assist, and he hits a free throw. So ties with the game high. Kelly with 11. Shot 47% from the field. Listen to this number. He shot 39% from behind the arc. Now here comes Texas Station. Single-digit lead now. Double teamed underneath. The basket trumples off the rim. And the rebound taken by Wright Sports. A chance to cut into this lead more, but won't do so. Throws it over the head of the 6'8" Young. A turnover by Wright Sports. So Texas Station looks to make it a double-digit lead once again as we approach 1 minute remaining in the first half. Ray Jones Jr. has scored the last 6 points for the team. The jumper, that changes that stat. Excuse me, that's actually Ray Jones Jr., so he scored the last 8. It's an 11-point lead for Texas Station. Here's Council. Council divides his defenders to Bradshaw, the beautiful-looking layup, but he's blocked by the underside of the rim. Shot doesn't fall, but he goes to the line.
That's a big run-ender if you're Texas Station, because Wright Sports was doing exactly as a hint to that. You needed to close the game to single digits before halftime, and Wright Sports well on their way to doing that. Now back to double digits, but free throws coming up.
Well, Bradshaw, a 88% free throw shooter from the District of Columbia. The District of Columbia, him and Kelly, helped up to their first NCAA tournament in 25 years, where they eventually lost to Stonehill out of the NE10. As Bradshaw hits that one. Bradshaw's got 7. Also went to Maryland Eastern Shore. Firebirds, and he hits both free throws. The UDC Firebirds are ranked 18th in the country at 1 point. Double dribble by McGee. And all of a sudden, 9-point game, 41.2 seconds remaining in the first half. If you're Wright Sports right now and you can cut this deficit to 7 points going into the first half, that's got to be a success.
Got to consider it a victory. I mean, you've got to find a better way to start quarters, but Wright Sports finding ways to end them.
Well, they could go 2 for 1 right here if they decide to. Council double-teamed, and he's fouled about 24 feet away from the basket. Gadsden with that foul.
I believe that'd be the second foul in the last 2 minutes, so it's a bonus situation. They're going to shoot free throws.
So not a smart foul there by Gadsden, as he wasn't even close to the basket. He was going to the basket, but there was no way he would get a shot off.
No threat to score.
So Council goes to the line, and this is a guy you don't want to put on the line. A 90% free throw shooter. I wanted to say this stat the entire time. One time in college, he set a Peach Belt Conference record with 51 straight free throws. 51 in a row.
Going to bring the Ray Allen name up for the second straight broadcast. Very Ray Allen-like.
Well, he's hit 2 in a row in this tournament, going for that 51 straight streak. Actually, Ron Houston of WCBL set the record in this tournament. He went 15 for 15 from the line this tournament. That was at the minor league showcase. Here's Chia Kerr, 43-36. Texas Station leads it. We're closing down. Shot clock turned off here in this first half. Ray Jones Jr. scored the last 8 points for Texas Station. And they have an 8-point lead. Almost a turnover, and they're going to call it a backcourt violation, so it is. The defense for Wright Sports turning it up. And that's what's keeping them in this game. 3.6 seconds remaining. They can still get a shot off.
Sterling Council all over that. And now a timeout called by Wright Sports to figure out a play here with 3.6 left, recognizing how important this possession could be.
43-36. Texas Station leads. We'll be right back. And the shot will not go off. And are they going to call a foul? They are not going to call a foul. So that's how the first half will end. It will end with Texas Station up 43-36. Ready to start the second half of Game 4 as Texas Station leads 43-36 over Wright Sports. What did you see in the first half?
Well, I saw in the first quarter it was more of a battle of big men, and then it opened up in the second quarter, and it became more guard-oriented. Manuel Wilson started to heat up. He has 11 points to lead Wright Sports, but for Texas Station, they're so good at beginning quarters, if they could just close a quarter half as good as they started, they'd be in cruise control.
And they didn't score for a while in that third quarter. I think they only had like 9 points in the first 9 minutes as Jordan Steffen starts it off with Texas Station. Johnny Steffen, excuse me. Now over to Cunningham. Cunningham drives the lane, double teamed, and is fouled. So right off the bat, we'll be going to the line. Foul was called against Rodney Callwood. And Cunningham goes to the line. Cunningham out of Troy University. A walk-on at Troy. He earned his scholarship his senior season. And he makes the first one. So he's got 5. And he says hard work pays off. Actually, when he went to high school, his coach saw him in the gym so many times that as he airballs that free throw, that he said, you know what, Steve, take the keys. He got the keys of the gym as count the basket and one on the other side. There's Brandon Johnson, the 5'11 guard. So Wright Sports cuts the lead 44-38, and it could be 44-39.
And they're clawing their way back into this game, Wright Sports. This would be one of the more impressive comebacks I've seen just because they fell behind by double digits twice and have tried to claw their way back both times.
6-point deficit will stay, but gets his own rebound, finger roll in. Brandon Johnson, that is what you call red alert right there. Staying in the game, he's got 4. A 44-40 game. Texas Station, beginning of the third quarter, inside fouled. Granado, he was triple teamed on that one. Nice job there by Granado, just getting the shot up. And he'll go to the line.
He really impressed me on point streak when he played on that team in a minor league showcase, and now he's showcasing his talents in the pro review.
And the first free throw is up and through. Granado went 2 for 2 from the free throw line during the minor league showcase. He's 1 for 3 today. He's got a total of 7 points. With the NAIA Champions 2012 All-Tournament team, they won that championship over Emmanuel Wilson as he hits both free throws. Emmanuel Wilson, of course, playing for Wright Sports. He was in Oklahoma Baptist. Emmanuel Wilson's team, Oklahoma Baptist, had an 18-1 lead in that game. Now here comes Wright Sports. And the ball almost turned over. Callwood inside the lane. It slips off the rim, and the rebound's taken by Texas Station. They're up by 6. 11 minutes to go in the third quarter, and the layup doesn't go down, but he's fouled.
Hate to see that. Rutledge almost bounced on the ground. That hit so hard.
So 2 free throws coming for Texas Station as they look to increase the lead. Mark Rutledge goes to the line. Once again out of Central Arkansas. He's 1 for 4 from the line today. Rutledge averaged 7.7 points per game during his senior season, along with 3.6 rebounds. He said his first love, though, was not basketball. He actually wanted to be a football player growing up. He started playing that sport in first grade. It showed that, add the toughness of the football. He's now 1 for 5 from the line. One thing the scouts are looking for, too, is you can hit your free throws. And just looking at Rutledge's game, as he goes 1 for 6 from the line, but Vargas gets a second chance and misses that one. That's still a part of his game you need to improve.
Yeah, and that's just all about getting into the gym and taking the free throws. Can't work on it any other way.
46-40, Wright Sports down with the ball. They're in the blue, attacking right to left. There's Johnson. Johnson up top to Wilson. Air ball, that one. His second air ball of the day. And here's Texas Station on the other way. Inside of Granado. Finger roll inside the lane. He's in double digits. He's got 10. 48-40. Texas Station extending their lead. A 4-0 run by Texas. Here's Callwood trying to end the run. Back iron will not. Vargas gets the rebound. The Texas Station's lead was cut to 4. It's now 8. And keep it 8 as Vargas will go to the line. So all of a sudden, Texas Station coming back. It really is like the first half of the quarter belongs to Texas Station. The second half belongs to Wright Sports.
Hey, Texas Station. I think the reason they're in front by 8, they own the first 2/3 of the quarter, and then the last third goes to Wright Sports. Wright Sports has to find a way to start a quarter better. And meanwhile, if you want to flip it to the other side, Texas Station, they played half as good at the end of a quarter as they did to start. They would be basically have this game on lock.
Vargas' career high, season high with Kentucky was only 6 points. He's got 9 already as he grazes that one short. And the rebound, offensive rebound taken by Texas Station. Here's Steffen backing it up. Fresh shot clock, and they're up by 9. A 5-0 run by Texas. Here they come inside. Partially deflected and go to the hand of Wright Sports. Here's Callwood over! Callwood rising to the occasion. That's authority right there.
Hashtag SC Top 10. That one was special. The hardest dunk we've seen so far in Vegas.
How about that? And trying to top them, they won't do so. They just turn the ball over. Callwood bringing this crowd up top, as no one was expecting that one. He went over Cunningham.
I'm putting a star by his name. That's what you call a star dunk right there. Woo!
Well, that's a way to get on the board. That was his first 2 points. His first 2 points of the game, and, well, can't have them much better. As they will inbound the ball down by 7, 9.5 minutes remaining. The leader make it a 5-point ball game. Here comes Stefan on the other end. Inside, pass is going to be called for an offensive foul. Offensive foul, and Wright Sports all of a sudden back down by 5, looking to make it a 3-point ball game.
Maybe they've stabilized themselves in the quarter earlier than usual, and now they can rip off a monster run. And there's nothing like a run starter, like a slam dunk. Yeah, wow, it's still kind of buzzing the gym. What Brandon Johnson was able to do.
Well, what does that add to the team, just the momentum that dunk just brought?
And you can see it. Who has more of a hop in their step right now? It's Wright Sports. They are itching to bring the ball up the court, while Texas Station a lot of hands by the hips.
Here comes Kelly, left-handed inside, spins out. He won't get that one, but he'll go to the line. 49-44, the 15th foul already. 3 minutes into the third quarter for Texas Station, and Kelly toes the line. Kelly, only a 59% free throw shooter. He does lead all scorers, though, in this game with 11. Hasn't had a bucket in a while.
They really went away from him. I mentioned how it started out a battle of the bigs, but as most games here, it ended up being a guard play game.
A 6'11". Now, they list him as 250. Over under 250.
You're playing that game with me. I might go under. He's not exactly... the body type, I'm not saying he's lanky like Vargas on the other side, but he doesn't exactly have a huge, bulky frame.
And he splits the free throw, so he's got 12. 4-point game once again. The second time this quarter that Wright Sports has cut the lead to 4. Last time, Texas Station went on a 5-0 run. Let's see what happens here. 9 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Cunningham gives it off to Stefan. Stefan to Vargas. Vargas inside the paint, fade away, nailed it. Vargas has got 11. How about that for the Kentucky product? 51-45, 8:50 remaining here in this third quarter. Brandon Johnson with the ball. Here's Callwood, takes a jumper and airballs it. Well, you go from a slam dunk to an airball.
That's the high and the low, and Wright Sports right now doing this without Emmanuel Wilson in the game. He's over there on the bench drinking his blue, whatever it is. We don't want to mention a brand name necessarily, so it's a blue drink. And making sure he gets all hydrated and ready for the fourth.
No product placement here in the Global Basketball Summer League. And the putback by Gatson doesn't go down, and the rebound's taken by Wright Sports. They have a chance to make it a 3-point game, and missed the dunk. Ball goes up in the air, but a foul is called. Brandon Johnson tried to copy Callwood, couldn't do so, but he'll go to the line.
Brandon Johnson's 5'11". Sure, he's not like 6'4". I mean, the way he got up, he looked like more of a 2-guard or a small forward, but no, this is just a little point guard.
Brandon Johnson is 75% free throw shooter at Kentucky Wesleyan. They play in the Great Lakes Valley Conference. He was the defensive all-first team, averaged 13.1 per game as well. Shot is up and through. So Johnson now's got 5. It's a 5-point ball game, 8:22 remaining here in this third quarter. Johnson, the Kentucky Wesleyan school, that is the most, arguably the most dominant school in the Great Lakes Valley Conference. They've reached the NCAA tournament 38 times, as that ball will be saved by Vargas from going out of bounds. 5-point ball game, Texas Station up, 8:15 remaining. Here's Stefan, motioning his offense to the left. Finds Vargas. He's already got 11. He's looking for 13 points. He'll take the fadeaway, and it hit too far to the left, and it will be Wright Sports ball. Here's Johnson again. We saw he's got hopped inside to Callwood, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. So another chance to make it a 3-point ball game for Wright Sports.
This has now become an evenly matched battle. It's just interesting how these teams have now settled in. And I think they're going into the post a little bit more as well, which has stabilized the flow of the game.
Shot is up and through. It's a 4-point game for the third time this quarter. 7:54 remaining in the third, 51-47. Vargas takes a seat for Texas Station. Callwood, a 71% free throw shooter with Shaw University. He was third in the CIA in scoring, and he makes it a 3-point ball game. He's got 4 points, 51-48. Texas Station in the white with the lead. Gatson, right elbow, jumper, in and out, and it's rebounded by Wright Sports. Up tempo they go, and Giancarlo almost hit it to his own basket, and the follow-up is through by Callwood.
Wow, that almost went in off the block pass. I mean, that wasn't even a shot. That was a block pass that was deflected right towards the basket.
That would have been an injury. That would have been. You have one play that made SportsCenter top 10. That would have made not top 10.
SportsCenter, get your cameras out here.
Here's Stefan with the 3, long, and the rebound is taken by Wright Sports, and a travel on the play. So got over anxious right there with the ball. 51-50. It's a 1-point ball game. 7:09 remaining in the third. It's Texas Station ball. So one of the most exciting games that we've seen all day today is William Pugh, 6'3" guard from Mississippi Valley State, nicknamed Baby Mike. Don't know why, but that's what the YouTube video says.
YouTube's always right.
One way to find out. Here's Gatson. Gatson, nice spin move inside the lane, and he follows it up and through, and he goes to the line. Well, Gatson's been waiting around for a while for a move like that, and he shows off his moves like Jagger, and he's going to the line.
Moves like Gatson. No need for Jagger. Here, that spin move, something only a basketball player can master.
Gatson, a 2011 All-MAC second-team selection. Here's a trivia question for you. He passed the leading scorer in John Bartram's High School as he misses the free throw. Guess who it was before? Guess who?
I actually know that one.
Do you?
I think, but tell me anyway.
He passed Joe Bryant, Kobe Bryant's dad, for the leading scorer of Joe Bartram High School. The teardropper in the lane falls for Bradford.
Philly basketball.
Bradshaw, excuse me.
Philly basketball. Don't want to quiz me on that.
Shot is back iron, and the rebound's taken by Wright Sports. They have a chance to take the lead for only the second time in the game. Here's Bradshaw inside the lane, doesn't finish, and the rebound, offensive rebound taken in, and follows it up, and Wright Sports takes the lead. There's Callwood. He's got 8.
How was that not a 3 seconds in the lane violation? He got the rebound, was in there for quite a bit.
Gatson's fouled again. That foul's against Campbell.
And keep in mind, going back to that last possession, Ivy, he got the rebound, and there was about 18 seconds left on the shot clock when he put it up, and he never left the lane.
6:12 remaining in the third. Gatson's team, Texas Station, now down by 1. Haven't trailed since the first quarter. 54-53. Gatson going to the line again. 0 for 1. He's 77% during his senior season at Rider. Small school up in Jersey as he hits the first.
Am I allowed to ask you trivia questions, or does it only go one way?
Let's do it. Ask a trivia question.
All right. Name one player in the NBA from Rider.
Jason Thompson.
There you go.
The brother of Ryan Thompson, who also plays at Rider. And that shot hits. Only scored 15 points against Fairfield, though.
Of course. I got you in a Fairfield moment there.
Wright Sports with the ball. They're down by 1 in this seesaw matchup in the third. 6 minutes remaining in the quarter. At the top, there's Bradshaw, top of the key. He could nail one from there, decides not to, though. Inside the lane, Callwood somehow gets that shot off the glass. How'd that one go down?
Circus shot up and under, and it's through.
10 points for Callwood. 56-55. Texas Station now down. Inside the lane, now they're up. The seesaw battle continues. That's Gatson again. He's got 12 to lead everybody. The shot off the mark. Campbell follows it up off the glass, wide, and a foul on the play. Coach Lofton calling for a travel, will not be called for. And a media timeout on the play, and we will take a break. Seesaw matchup here. Texas Station with a 57-56 lead, 5:24 left in the third. We'll be right back. It's a close game.
Been on the bench now for quite a while now, upwards of close to 4 or 5 minutes.
Here's Council with the ball. 6-foot guard, gives it off to Bradshaw. 5 minutes coming up, left in the third. Backs up, nice spin move by Callwood, too far, rebound, offensive rebound taken by Wright Sports, but they lose the handle and the basketball, and the ball goes up in the air, could be anybody's. And here comes Tia Kerr to finish. There's Tia Kerr, lighting up not only his shoes, but lighting up the scoreboard, 59-56. Wright Sports down by 3. Coming out of the timeout, it looks like Texas Station had the energy. 4:45 remaining in the third, and a push-off is called. A push, called against Texas Station. The 6-team foul. Remember, you're allowed 10. And speak of the devil, here comes Emmanuel Wilson.
Knew he was coming in just a matter of time. He got finished with whatever he was drinking down there on the sidelines, and now he's all fresh and ready to go. And that means bad news for the Texas Station defense.
Hopefully it wasn't a slushie.
That can slow you down.
A blue slushie. Inside to Campbell. Campbell backing up his man. Doesn't have good ball handling skills there, but gets off the glass. It's an air ball, just barely hits the glass. On the other end, McGee. McGee over to Pugh. Pugh takes a high arcing three, and it's buried. Well, Pugh's deadly from there. And he's got his first three-point basket of the day. A 6-point lead, 62-56. Emmanuel Wilson's deadly from anywhere, but not there, not right there. And it's too short, and it's Texas Station ball. Here's Pugh again, and again he hits it. Back-to-back threes by William Pugh. And it's a 9-point lead. 65-56. Texas Station up ahead. Wright Sports trying to stop the bleeding. Bradshaw driving the lane inside. And ball's deflected into the hands. And that's back iron. And it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by White.
Leaving Pugh open. Not a good idea at this point. Back-to-back threes. You can't help off of him. Emmanuel Wilson a little bit aggressive on defense for Wright Sports and it's leading to Texas Station threes.
Pugh only a 27% three-point shooter in his senior season at Mississippi Valley State. There's Bradshaw misconnecting on that shot, but an offensive rebound again. Young has it spin move short, and another offensive rebound followed it up by Campbell. You can't give him that many offensive rebounds without having that happen to you. 65-58. We approach the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. Gatson wants to take the shot, takes an ugly one, and it's taken down by Bradshaw. Bradshaw to Wilson, wide open, and that's well short. Surprising shot right there by Wilson that didn't even come close to hitting. On the other end, Texas Station, nice pass to a cutting Gatson off the glass in. Gatson's got 14. Here's Wright Sports down by 9, 67-58, 2:40. Starling Castro with the ball. Goes inside the paint, the teardropper wide, And the pass and the rebound taken. Here's Gatson. He's got 16. An 11-point lead all of a sudden. Out on that timeout. Texas Station, it's been all them. And another turnover. Here comes Ray Jones Jr. to follow with a two-handed slam. It's been everybody, and a much-needed timeout called by Wright Sports. 15 points, 2:08 remaining here in this third quarter. There's Wright Sports with the ball. Council. They need to do something differently, don't they, Chris?
Right, get it to Wilson, maybe a little bit more. Try to run the offense through him. You know he can score in bunches.
Well, Campbell's going to try it, and Campbell's going to hit it. So Campbell's got 6. It's an 11-point ball game, 71-60, under 2 to play in the third. As Texas Station looks to get the lead back to 13. Floater in the lane. That was halfway down and out. And Jones Jr. will go to the line. Jones Jr. already has 10 points out of Southern Utah. He comes from Little Rock, Arkansas. He was the one block had him as the 16th best departing player from the Summit League. Shot tickles the rim and out. So if you're Wright Sports, besides getting the ball to Wilson, what are you looking to do?
You have to get better on the defensive end of the court, and that really comes to making sure you don't give up open court opportunities, which cycles back to the offensive end and taking care of the ball and getting good shots.
So Jones Jr.'s got 11, and Texas Station has a 12-point lead. Here's Wright Sports, and almost a turnover. It will not call a backcourt violation. Out of bounds. Last touch by Texas Station. Saved right there. And right now, Wright Sports does not have the ball handling skills.
And right now, the increased intensity on the defensive pressure, the guards of McGee and William Pugh getting into the grills of the Wright Sports ball handlers.
Here's Johnson. Johnson off the screen set by Campbell. Campbell going to take another jump shot, and he's going to miss that one. And the rebound's taken by Texas Station. Up on the other side, Gatson again, finishing again, and one. Novar Gatson, 18 points. Novar Gatson, who had struggled with an injury during his senior season. Ryder finished as the number 5 seed in the MAC, and Novar Gatson, everyone was expecting him to be first team all MAC, did not live up to expectations, and he's got 19 today.
So much strength, and he showed it after he made it by flexing his muscles.
75-60, Wright Sports down with the ball, a minute remaining here in this third quarter. Campbell drives hard, ball taken away and stolen by Texas Station. They've got the numbers. McGee, alley-oop, missed the dunk. Chia Kerr finishes it politely. Chia Kerr's got 8. Ray Jones Jr. just could not get the handle on that one. So a 17-point game. Wright Sports with the ball, and another almost turnover on that one, as the ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Jones Jr.
Looked close to a turnover, the double team in the corner, but just threw it off of one of the legs of the Trappers. It's all of a sudden a 17-point game. Texas Station finally found a way to close the quarter.
And that ball is tipped, but in the hand of Sterling Council. Wright Sports can't get anything. Everything's tipped inside off the glass. That does fall down. So Wright Sports cutting the lead a little bit. That was Andrew Young. He's got 4. Every player on Wright Sports has at least 1 point. Texas Station with a 15-point lead under 30 seconds. Gatson, he's going to try to be the 20 mark, and does! Novar Gatson's got 21! A 79-62 game. Wilson drives. Here's Campbell inside. Could have got called with the travel there, but finishes. Campbell's got 8.
Also could have been a foul on the defense, so that's a bailout call both ways.
McGee to Gatson. He can't stop him. 23 points for Novar Gatson. Emmanuel Wilson heaves a 3, and that's an air ball. It's a Novar Gatson show. It was more of like a uplifting moment for him because that's when he started working harder.
Right, the turning point, and it's led to him putting on a show here. But to be honest, it's a lot of his teammates setting him up on a pick and rolls and just good offensive execution.
So if you're, right now, what are you most impressed of with Texas Station?
their ability to run sets in tight pressured situations. That third quarter, it got dicey. They were down by 1, but then they were able to say, okay, let's trust our offense, and all of a sudden they exploded.
Here comes Wright Sports and Brandon Johnson. Campbell thought about a 3, now will take it, and will miss it. And into the hands of actually Wright Sports as a turnover by Texas Station. So they could have another opportunity. 11 and a half minutes to go in the game. Fadeaway shot is hit. Andrew Young right there. And it's an 81-66 game. On the other end, here's McGee. Drives inside the lane. The short guard inside the lane and scoring. McGee gets on the board for the first time today, 83-66. Here comes Wright Sports, and they lose the handle and the basketball. And now here comes Texas Station. Here's the jumper, and who else but William Pugh. He's got 3 for 3 from the floor. Manuel Wilson, it's a 2-on-3, but he'll finish it and go to the line, count the basket.
He's not going to go down without a fight.
Manuel Wilson, can't say it enough, NAIA National Player of the Year, won the national title in 2009. Lost, however, to Thomas Granado's Concordia team in the NAIA Championship of 2012. He had an 18-1 lead in that game.
And to lose a game like that when you have an 18-1 lead, I don't know how you sleep at night the next night. You're just thinking about it up all night, tossing and turning.
Under 11 minutes to play, 10:53 to be exact, Emmanuel Wilson and his squad down 85-68. Emmanuel Wilson from Norman, Oklahoma, shot short, tried to get his own rebound, but it will be an offensive rebound by Wright Sports. The jumper well short, put back, no, and the rebound is into the hands of who else but Gadsden. Gadsden getting it done at all ends of the floor now. So the three-point play, no good. 85-68, wide open shot is spun out. And it goes Wright Sports' way. Ray Jones Jr. tried to hit that shot, did not go down. Wilson has to do everything himself, he thinks, but instead he'll pass it off. 14 on the shot clock. They have to do something, but not that. And a foul, and he'll go to the line. 85-68. Wright Sports down, and Callwood at the line. Callwood signed with the Carolina Cheetahs in the ABA. All the scouts say he's aggressive towards the basket. And we have seen that today, especially with that one-handed jam.
Yeah, that was about as aggressive as aggressive. That basically, if you look up aggressive in the dictionary, you'll find a picture of that dunk to get cliche on you. But, man, he's a talent. Doesn't have exactly, I would say, elite size for a guy who attacks the rim as much as he does. So he has to use his body to adjust and feed off of contact.
85-68. He missed the first free throw. And he'll sink the second. So Callwood with 11. 85-69, 16-point game. Texas Station in the white with the lead. They're attacking left to right. Here's McGee, the three-point sniper we thought of this team. And that's Pugh with the three. That's back iron. And the rebound taken by Wright Sports. Trying to cut into the 16-point deficit. Into the lane, the finger roll is up and through. So they're coming back. Never say die. That was Brandon Johnson. He's got 7. On the other end, Chia Kerr finishes that. He's got 10. 87-71, 9:40 remaining. Wright Sports with the ball. Down by 16. Fadeaway. No good. And Chia Kerr takes down the rebound. 9.5 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. Here's Gadsden. He leads everybody with 23 points out of Rider University. Inside, the finger roll off the glass and through. Good job, Vinny McGee. He's got 4. And the lead's back up to 18, Chris.
Oh, Vinny McGee with the putting the ball on the floor. I thought he was going to use the opposite hand, use the right hand on the left side, and it worked.
Young kisses the ball off the glass and it falls. So Young's got 8. As they trade 16, 18-point deficits. Gadsden inside, and he travels with the basketball. That's what a triple team will do for you.
Right, Sports need stops. I mean, this is in a situation where they basically can't let Texas Station score back-to-back baskets on possessions from here on out. And the last few trips, it's just been too easy for the squad in white.
8:49 to go here in the game, 89-73. Now, if you're Right Sports, is this game over, or you still sense a comeback?
Well, I mean, if you're Right Sports, you don't think it's over.
Well, yeah.
You're going to keep trying to attack the basket and play your heart out, but it's going to be an uphill climb, but they've closed quarters well in this game.
There's a fadeaway jumper, long, and the rebound is hit out of bounds, and it's going to go into the hands of Texas Station after the foul is called. 8.5 minutes remaining. It's been all Texas Station. Now for Texas Station, obviously you got the play of Novar Gadsden. Who else have you been impressed with?
Looking on at the Texas Station side, Yimachia Kerr. This is a guy who didn't expect to really play in this game, and to me he's had a significant impact, especially when Texas Station went small.
Shot does not go down, and the rebound's taken by Right Sports. So let's see if they can do something here. Bradshaw with the jumper. Long, put back, no. Rebound, Vargas, yes. And they have the numbers. Stephan, 2-on-1, over to Granado inside and finishes. Granado's got 12. It's back up to an 18-point lead under 8 minutes to go. And a near turnover will become a turnover. So Texas, Right Sports turns the ball over again. Texas Station ball up by 18.
The interesting substitution pattern, too, on the side of Texas Station. They play Granado and Vargas at the same time, two players who are over 6'10". And then they take them off the court at the same time, too. So when the second line's in, it means Yimachia Kerr is the center. He's not exactly have a lot of height, about 6'8". Significant downgrade, but it's a little bit different to not separate the centers.
Well, if Texas Station holds on to the lead, it will be a rematch. Well, it won't be a rematch, but it'll be a reunion between Granado and Marcel Anderson, as that jumper by Granado is hit. And they will be playing point streak. 14 points for Granado, 20-point lead for Texas Station. Texas Station, once again, the casino that all the players are staying in, opened up July 12th, 1995. Shepard thought of that jumper. Said he'll give it inside to Kelly, who's fouled and goes to the line. If you're wondering what Right Sports is, well, it started in 2006, and its mission is to provide a complete game operations for all teams, events, and tournaments to differ themselves from outside markets. One of the sponsors here of the Global Basketball Summer League.
Couple of great partners. Yeah, point streak as well. Scouting for you, amongst others.
Kelly's first free throw misses. Kelly played with Coach Jeff Ruland, who we quoted him. Kelly described him as tough love. So you know what that means.
That means that he yelled at him a lot.
As Kelly's got 13. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. Look at that. He's got lucky number 13. Play that on the roulette number. As here's Stephan. Stephan drives inside the paint and does not finish, but Vargas will. Vargas has got lucky number 13. We have all 13s here.
Really fitting, and that's, of course, a number, and people go wild about numbers in Las Vegas.
95-74, 6.5 minutes remaining in the game. Jumper, right elbow, yes.
Does he have 13?
Andrew Young has, no, he's only got 10.
Okay.
Close.
Pop a 3 next possession.
I would have gone wild if he had 13. And a push on Kelly. Foul on him. Under 6.5 to play. And Texas Station will have 19 on the shot clock. 95-76, a 19-point lead. It was a 1-point lead in the third quarter as Coach Green screaming at his team as Cunningham's pull-up jumper falls short.
Wright Sports had the lead in the third quarter at one point.
It was a seesaw battle.
Texas Station went bonk. They just went off.
It was right after that timeout.
They got a timeout, and the explosion came, scoring run where they played great D. Led to their transition O.
And the fadeaway jumper doesn't get the friendly roll. Putback does, though. I believe that was Kelly. We'll give it to him. We'll give it to Kelly.
We have that kind of power.
He's got 15 points. And here's Stefan. Now, do you think that this Texas Station team is a force to be reckoned with in this tournament?
I mean, if you win your first round game, especially by 20-plus points.
There's Callwood again. Well, he wants to get out of the highlight reel. Callwood, guess how many points he has?
13.
Here you go, 13 points by Callwood. Do you think that this Texas Station team has power as the jumper is hit to win the championship here?
They have the size, and that can lead to good rebounds and good outlet passes. And this whole tournament seems to come down to guards. In this game, the best guard, Emmanuel Wilson, kind of slowed down a bit. So Wright Sports, they're going to be out Texas Station. Yeah, I like their chances because they can contain guards. Who's up next? Marcel Anderson. Now that's a guard that's another tough guard to contain, but if they can hold them in check like they've held Williams down, I gotta like their chances.
Short, and here comes Wright Sports. Here's Callwood finishing. So Callwood has shown his athleticism. He got a couple of powerful dunks, 15 points as well. Here's Stefan, teardropper. Oh, you're going to cry over that one. And it's blocked and fouled. And going to the line now is Stephen Cunningham.
Cunningham, 6'4", 215. Not sure exactly what position he translates best to because he's so good at handling the ball. It's good size for a point guard, and that's more of his game. Shooting's not necessarily his strength as he kind of iced that off the side of the rim. And free throws, talked about his numbers a little bit earlier.
32% free throw shooter last year. In the last 2 years, he is shooting 25 for 78 from the free throw line. That's bad enough for 32%.
But at 6'4", are you quick enough to defend all the other point guards who are explosive and low to the ground?
Well, he hits that one. The second free throw he's hit today. He's got 6 total. 4.5 to play. And a nice finger roll inside the lane is finished by Johnson.
Stefan played the role of turnstile there. Just opened his hips and let him go.
Stefan inside the lane. He said he wants to be more aggressive. We haven't seen him shoot the ball that much. Vargas was picked clean, but Granado picks the ball up. Alley-oop attempt inside. Left-handed hook shot. No friendly roll. And Vargas hauls out offensive rebound. Leaner, yes. Vargas, he's got 15.
Well, have you ever heard anyone say they're looking to be a little bit more passive?
Good point. Inside the lane. And there comes Steven up ahead. Inside, and he'll step on the line. So Stefan led his wide receiver a little bit too much as Texas Station has entered the century mark. They're up 184.
Talking football now. How about Drew Brees getting that money today?
How much money did he get?
$60 million guaranteed.
Really?
$100 million extension with the Saints.
How many years?
I don't know. It's all about that guaranteed money, though.
That's true. Unlike
getting
baseball.
the 5 signal from David Gascon, am I right? 5-year deal.
It's unbelievable. I wish I had that sort of money. I'd probably just gamble away in Vegas, though. Inside right-handed hook shot, toppled over the rim, and the rebound is scurried for the Texas Station. Here they come. Cunningham inside, finger roll, does not get the friendly roll, and it will be Wright Sports possession. 3:20 left to play. They're down by 16. Maybe they're going to start chucking up shots. Brandon Johnson over top of the key. Jumper by Young is too long, back iron. And the offensive board is thrown away. Out of bounds, Texas Station ball. 184, 16-point lead for the white team. 3 minutes remaining in the game. Steffen crosses the ball past midcourt. Inside, Granado finishes over the 6'11 Vargas. Granado's got 16. 102-84, and Texas Station. Would you say that Texas Station is the most impressive team, offensive team that we've seen today?
Yeah, and they have so much talent, too, in the bigs. And that's why I think that this team has, you might say, the inside track to win it, because no one can match up with Granado and Vargas when they're in the game at the same time.
Well, usually the teams in the pro review are the go on to play point streak at 4 o'clock, and it looks like Right Sports will take on Moneyball at 2. Here's Vargas at the line. Shot in. So Vargas, you won't see this type of differential that many times. Senior season averaging 0.8 points a game. He's got 16 today. Won't see that much.
Yeah, you don't. That's the still goes the same, but Granado doesn't care as he puts it down. But you don't see him much. But you don't see many people in this event from Kentucky, and you get buried there behind player after player on the national championship team. No surprise that you still have talent, even though you didn't have a chance to showcase it at Kentucky.
There's Wilson taking a 3 and not hitting it. And the jumper nailed. That's Andrew Young. Young has been impressive so far today. He's got 12. Been saying his name quite often. Texas Station up 105-87. Left in this ball game. They play the last game. Looks like they would play in the last game tomorrow as well, unless an absolute miracle comes in. Maybe a rain out comes. Inside the lane, Granado cannot get the shot to fall, but he will be going to the line.
Waiting for that rain out of a basketball game that's inside. Waiting for that.
You never know.
I mean, yeah, there's been some. And I remember the SEC tournament a couple of years ago. I believe it was in the Georgia Dome, and some kind of Mother Nature affected it. I think the storm might have caused some lights to go out, or there's things that can happen.
Well, Coach Ariel Vanguardia of Right Sports waiting for a monsoon to come after this game, as Granado has 19. Granado said he wants to improve his post moves. Well, he's been improving every part of his game right now. He's looking to get into the 20 club for the first time this tournament, and he does. 107-87. Doesn't take that much hard math to know that's a 20-point lead. Here come Right Sports. Council over to Young, fires a 3, and it goes up in smoke. And the rebound's taken, well, fouled, and that one looks like it's going to go against Texas Station.
So just finishing up to do here at the Doolittle Community Center, but most of these teams' mindset probably already on what can they do better in game 2.
So let's go over the schedule tomorrow. What's the first game?
You're putting me on the spot here. The loser of the game that we called earlier.
So we have, what was that first game? It was
Moneyball.
No, Point Street.
So Moneyball, the loser.
Moneyball, the loser. So Moneyball takes on, we got Moneyball taking on Right. We got, who are the Heat taking on?
Oh, is it? No, they took on AV already. You're asking me off the top of my head. I'm not going to know the answer to this question, but.
Oh, wait. Avia's taking on Scouting for You.
There you go.
And the Heat are taking on Spud Stars. So, I'm going to try and, yeah. Okay. And the floater in the lane doesn't go down. Under a minute to go. Football pass up and dunked through. The exclamation mark, if you would say. For Texas Station, Stephen Cunningham with that. He's got 8. It's all over, but, well, the celebrating as Texas Station moves to the semifinals of the Pro Review. 33 seconds left, and the jumper is good. Long jumper hit by Callwood. Callwood's got 17. 109-89. 20 seconds to go. And they will slow the clock down and just try to end it here. Stephen inside the lane and, well, he's going to extend the game.
That's basically all it means at this point. 9.5 left, a 20-point game. The two winners of the two games we're on the mic for, very impressive. Moneyball, make that point streak over Moneyball, and now Texas Station. And those two teams will play in the next round. Maybe the two strongest teams, not considered the championship game, but hey, if you want to put an extreme exaggeration on the first round, then hey, maybe that's a championship game.
So I want to say Wright State. Wright Sports takes on Moneyball at 2, and in the semifinals, it will be Texas Station against Point Streak with 5.7 seconds left, and now it is official. Texas Station moves on to the semifinals as they defeat Wright Sports 110-91, Chris.